Hello everyone, this is Tim, and this is going to be an unboxing video. I think I know who this is from, but I could be wrong because I don't see their name on the outside of the package. So, giant knife. And it's always cool to get a big package. I think there's probably going to be a lot of packaging in this. You know, like bubble wrap and newspaper and so forth. But let's see what's inside. Alright. Lots of paper. Yeah, I know exactly who this is from. So I got a message on Facebook the other day from Michael Mitchell saying that he found something that I was just talking about in the Facebook group. And he got it for like dirt cheap. And this is one of those, I think if I was ever going to be nostalgic about something, it would be about this. And this is exactly what I have. This is my first, this up here. This is the first RPG that I ever played. It's packaged very well, so awesome. This is, about the glare, Black Box D&D. I believe this is from 1991. But yeah, this is what me and my brother were bought by my mother. And I remember sitting in my kitchen and playing this, trying to figure it out, trying to see how it all worked out. And we didn't really get that you could go on and do your own things. So whenever the introductory edition or introductory adventure ran out, after we ran through it, we just put this on the shelf. We really didn't know what else to do with it. But as you can see, there's like all kinds of cardboard, like miniatures that you fold up and put together. Yeah, we'll unbox this and show you guys what's going on. This red dragon, for me, just screams Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, just look at that. I should know who the artist is, and I'm sure it says inside. But yeah, this is just good stuff. Whenever I see that dragon, that just screams nostalgia to me. I just remember all the time that me and him tried to figure out the rules, and we went through things. I remember even my sister tried this, I believe, just to try to hang out with her older brothers. All right. Actually, it looks like there's some additional stuff in here. I don't believe this originally came with it. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons player record sheets. So these are like character sheets, I think. Oh, yeah. So that was something that wasn't supposed to be in there, but that's cool. Here are all the fold-up miniatures, and I'll show you some of these real quick. I really like the artwork on these, if I remember right. Yeah, we got... you're not going to be able to see that. That's a little bugbear. We got some blue-skinned ogres. Looks like a rogue or an assassin. Some goblins on one side and a dwarf on the other. Which, if you stood this thing up, that could actually be a kind of cool monster. Half goblin, half dwarf, depending on what side you're looking at. I got some slaves, some gnolls, and some orcs. Yeah, sorry, those are really tiny. But yeah, I remember folding those up. I remember playing with them. I think there's some bigger ones too, but can't remember. It's been a long time since I played this. Like I said, this was back in 1991. Got a minotaur, some wolves. Can't forget the green slime. All kinds of stuff. I think this is a Jurge, which I've never heard of that monster before, but he's like a green-skinned, giant-looking thing. And some adventure tokens. 47 characters in all, it says. Here is the rulebook. And again, with that red dragon on it. And I remember this character sheet very well. But yeah, this is cool, man. Thank you very much, Michael, for sending this to me. There's something about art. I don't know about you, but when I see certain pictures in rule books, I'm taken back to that time when I believe I was 12 years old when this came into my life. And this was the first game that my mom bought for us. She bought this and the Lord of the Rings adventure game and Hero Quest the board game. And I have those two upstairs. I've never done a video about Hero Quest. I probably should. But, some giant spiders. Where's that at? And from what I understand by looking online, since I've recently done that, talking about it, it's a pretty clear version of the classic or basic Dungeons and Dragons game. A spell book. There are a lot of retro clones out there, like Labyrinth Lord and Swords and Wizardry and so forth. This is probably closest to Labyrinth Lord because it's like 1 through 5th level, I believe. But yeah, so we got a cleric, an elven cleric performing something on a dwarf there. Michael was saying that, for him, he likes that more modern version, like Pathfinder art, very colorful and so forth. But for me, it really doesn't get any better than just black and white, two-dimensional art. I don't know. Maybe my art preferences are stuck in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. But yeah, I just love all this stuff. Some wizard trying to break through some sort of unicorn-like monstrosity there. I don't know what that is. Another picture. But I remember my mom, she said that, she knew how interested I was in The Lord of the Rings and the animated Return of the King and the Hobbit. And she heard that college kids were playing Dungeons and Dragons. So that's what she wanted to do. Oh, that's right. I forgot about this. This is the Dungeon Master screen. And it's more of a fold-up sort of notebook card holding thing. And inside, I think they're all in order here. Yeah, this is the exact version that I had. There are all of these cards with all kinds of stuff about the adventure. You can see the map there. I guess it's that. But it's all in order and it's color coded. And I believe as you go through things, it shows you what to do. This is Zanzer's Dungeon. And it has some of the rules for the game in here too, I believe. Yeah, wow, I forgot all about these cards. I remember going through and trying to figure out how to play, and it was pretty easy. I mean, I believe I was 12 years old, and we figured out how to play. We went through the whole thing. There's artwork in here as well, different on the different cards. I think they call these dragon cards because at the top of them they have these different color-coded tabs that have dragon faces. Wow, this is really cool, man. This is one thing that I could probably have purchased on my own, but I never got around to it. There's actually a lot of art in these cards. But yeah, those come inside, and it's about an inch. And this was the dungeon. And I believe at one point I cut this up and glued this to cardboard backing. I used it as a one-shot room by room kind of flop thing. But here's the dungeon map that comes with it. It's pretty large, colorful. And as a 12-year-old kid, I mean, this just, I don't know. This kind of just, it left a mark. It really started my love for role-playing games and the hobby. Just going through these dungeons room by room. I'm trying to think if we role-played back then at first. I think we didn't at the beginning of the adventure, but I think by the end of it, we had started to do that, on our own and try to talk in character a little bit. I think at first it was mostly just rolling dice and figuring out if we were successful or not, if we got through the door or not, if we died or not. I'm trying to think if we had a lot of deaths. I don't remember. But Yeah, this is a long time ago. But it's very cool to have this once again in my possession. Thank you once again. I look forward to reading this and putting it on the shelf. But yeah, this thing, look how big this box is. It's no joke. When you see this thing on the shelf, you know it's it's Dungeons and Dragons. It's not messing around. But thanks very much, Michael, and I'll talk to you all later.